capitalism. There's this guy out there, I don't know if you guys know or not. His name is Bernie Sanders. He was on this show called Face of Nation, okay? And Face the Nation. And she asks a very simple question of him. He's having an event right now that's $95 that's being sold on Ticketmaster. Ticketmaster that just got a bunch of heat. Yeah. So credit to her for asking the question of Bernie, and look how uncomfortable it gets very quickly. Love it.
Promote this book, It's Okay to Be Angry About Capitalism. And you're here talking about it. I understand we're not the bad guys you're describing in the book when it comes to media, but tickets for your tour apparently are selling for $95 on Ticketmaster, which is accused of anti-competitive behavior. You know that. Some of your Democrats are criticizing them. Aren't you benefiting yourself from this system that you're trying to dismantle?
First of all, those decisions are made totally by the publisher and the bookseller. I think there's one case where
I am just a humble senator with no power.
Tom, go back a little bit. Go back a little bit.
Some tickets.
Go back.
We're going on tour to promote this book, It's Okay to Be Angry About Capitalism. And you're here talking about it. I understand we're not the bad guys you're describing in the book when it comes to media, but tickets for your tour apparently are selling for $95 on Ticketmaster, which is accused of anti-competitive behavior. You know that. Some of your Democrats are criticizing them. Aren't you benefiting yourself from this system that you're trying to dismantle?
First of all, those decisions are made totally by the publisher and the bookseller. I think there's one case where in one place here in Washington, Politics and Prose, an independent bookstore, charging some tickets. Most of them, I think, are $40, $50, and you get a book as well. So if you want to come, you're going to have to pay $40. I'll throw in the book for free. And we're doing a number of free events, but I don't make a nickel out of these things.
But you're okay
of course
not.
Of
no,
course.
not particularly, but that's, again, nothing to do with that. That is, if you wrote a book, it'd probably be the same process.
Going on
First
tour
of all, just so you know, I have I've been through this with Simon & Schuster, and now we're going through with Penguin. You get to say what you want to participate in and what you don't want to participate in. Do they force you to go places like your book that's coming out? Did they force you and tell you, you better go sell tickets at Ticketmaster or else you're fired? Did they tell you something like that? And your book is a bestseller. It's not like your book sold 1,000 copies. Your book was a New York Times bestseller. It did, and the next one that's coming up, right? That's a new one that's coming up.
It just came out.
Right, the new one that just came out.
Yeah.
They don't force you to do those types of things. That's on you.
They are very grateful that I want to do interviews. Like they don't have an authority. You have to do this.
That's right.
Right, like it's just really all up to me. So if he doesn't want to do it, he could always have done not doing it.
Bernie secretly loves capitalism. Here's what's so crazy about it. Watch this. He bashes capitalism, writes a book on capitalism, while a capitalistic company prints it, ships it, publishes it, sells it on Amazon, promotes it on social media, and talks about it on major media companies, platform. All started by capitalism, but capitalism sucks.
Yeah, it's
the
like
hypocrisy.
It's like Greta Thunberg, the climate activist lover. So, and she's there with her book. She sold. You know how many thousands of trees got killed and chopped down?
I think it's funny. This is
her.
the guy that talks about free education. But if you want to get educated about what I think, I'm going to charge you.
Yeah, it's a comedy.
Here's what I think is happening with Bernie. He's too far deep. When he had no money, when he started off as a senator or congressman or mayor of whatever Vermont, that story was fine. It's okay. Hey, socialism, democratic socialism, it's all good. Now that he's 80-something years old, he's made his millions, by the way, which is fine. By the time you're fucking 80, you should have a couple million in the bank. If you just contribute to your 401k and make $150,000 a year, that's normal. But now that he's reached this worldwide, international, certainly national fame, and books are being sold of it, and he's speaking, and it's like this, his popularity is at a grand scale. I'm assuming he's grappling with the money and the fame and the success and the notoriety versus capitalism is bad. I can't control. It's like, well,
where are you?
Which one is it, Bernie? You got to pick a path.
Like he owns several
Bernie's the buddy.
properties.
You always on Bernie.
Oh, that's you and Bernie. What were you saying, Yeonmi?
No, I mean, like, it's interesting because he owns multiple property. The idea of not capitalists not owning anything. So AOC and he should be the first one denouncing all their properties, not owning anything.
Sell it all.
Tom actually has a very intimate story with Bernie. I don't know if you want to tell the whole story.
Wait,
but
intimate, Tom?
No, he really don't.
We go upstairs?
No, watch this.
It's
Go
actually
ahead.
pretty funny. So a colleague and I are in Vermont visiting a a company in our industry, the industry that I was working in at the time. And as I'm going through metal detector in the airport, there's this corner of my eye, there's kind of a silver-haired gentleman, and I look, it's Bernie. He's right behind me. We walk through the metal detector, get it, and I kind of bumped shoulders with him over getting the bags off, and I said, "Oh, hello, Senator." And he said, "Hello, how are you?" And we walk a few steps, and my colleague says, "Hey, I'm going to step to the men's room real quick." Right. And Bernie goes in there. So I'm just waiting for my friend to come out, and he comes out and he says, "I just said hi to Bernie Sanders." "Where?" "While we were both standing there in the bathroom." "Oh, well, you were both, relieving ourselves." He said hello, and then he farted incredibly loud. Wow. And I said, "Oh, so, sort of passing legislation." And and he walked out. And so my colleagues goes, "Wow, that's a forever story." I said, "Yeah, you forever can say at the Burlington, Vermont airport." And did he say, "Excuse me"? He said, "I don't think he did."
Bernie, that's disgusting.
But listen, when you hear stories like this, and a guy is again,
he's human.
This is the great part about capitalism. Sometimes you don't even have to debate the other person. You just bring them, you let them talk, and then eventually, like, "Oh, there's a leak.
Boom.
Oh, there's a leak. Oh, there's a leak." It's like, go ahead, tell us why you believe in socialism.
Yeah.
Tell us why you believe in communism. Bingo, that doesn't work. Yeah. You're using a capitalistic platform to do what you're doing here.
So if you like this clip and you want to watch another one, click right here. And if you want to watch the entire podcast, click right here.